I just watched a video and I'm not shocked by it because I understand the world that we live in. But those of you that don't believe that the demonic realm is real, you got to listen to what this young man had to say. Believe it or not, take it for what it's worth. But I have seen enough darkness to where I know what this young man is talking about. It's legit.
I say so.
Wait, you had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah, I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They having OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them like, how y'all get all this money? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic rituals? They say, the Illuminati never taught these. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at them like, bro, you playing a game. Like, they're like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? Keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let him peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you. Just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. They doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me. I get in the car with him in the 3-seater McLaren. On the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain.
Yeah.
On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So then that's what I tried. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, gang. He said, we not gonna take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me. You see Venom? Like,
Yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. Probably about this wide. Face change. I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like, see somebody morph into something?
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you gotta push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
He smack our mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button to get up out of there. I see the button, I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him, I'm like, hey bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He looking at me like, what the hell? No. I look at him, I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck. Bro. Like, please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God, he took me down to the bottom. Like, people on camera, you ain't gotta believe me, I don't care. I really saw this.
I believe it.
And it made me, that's what made me know that the devil and God was real.
Wait, you had an...
So to me, this kind of stuff is interesting, but I got a question for you guys watching. How many of you think that what he's talking about is a bunch of hooey, or what legitimately happened? Drop your comments in the comment section, but I just wanted to add a few little commentary parts and then I'm going to get out of here. Years ago, I think all of us want to believe that there's a God. Well, I shouldn't say all of us. Many of us do. Now, you can't see him. The only thing you can go by is the evidence that you see around you, which is what the Bible says, that man will be without excuse because of what has already been created and what has been made. But if we're being honest as human beings, all of us would love to see God, just to say, hey, he's real. But you know what's crazy? Jesus was God in the flesh, and people still didn't believe him. So even if God showed up right now, many wouldn't believe. But I don't want to get too far off my topic. But what blows my mind is, I think the biggest thing that Satan has ever done is convince people that he's not real. Now, you heard this young man talking about the stuff. Now, let me go back. Do you guys remember after Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, after he was called into his earthly ministry? Remember when the Bible talks about how the devil took him up on the mountaintops and told him, I can give you all the kingdom of the world if you just throw yourself down from here. And he said, if you bow down and worship me, I can give you this, I can give you that. Turn this stone to bread. You know, it was funny because Satan, what a lot of people don't realize, even Jesus called him the prince of the earth, meaning that even though he was cast down to earth from heaven. Satan has power. Now, he doesn't have as much power as God, but he has power. And I think the biggest thing that he's done is convince people that he's not real. Because a lot of people think, it's a bunch of hooey, the horror stuff, demons and goblins and stuff. Guys and gals, Satan is real. And just like we have guardian angels, there are demonic forces that get assigned to you at birth, just like there are angelic forces that get assigned to you at birth as well. I believe that. So listen to this young man tell this story. What a lot of people don't realize. See, we live in this world where we get enamored with stuff. You heard what he said when he was talking during his interview. He says, man, where y'all get a McLaren at and a Ferrari? Again, very expensive cars. That stuff is very appealing. See, what a lot of people don't realize is Satan understands that as human beings, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, that's exactly where he tested Jesus. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And what's funny is he's still doing the same thing nowadays, offering people fancy cars, or you can be a big Hollywood star, you can be a big movie producer, singer, songwriter, musician. All you got to do is bow down and worship me. All you got to do is do these rituals. But what people don't realize is it's basically selling your soul to the devil. But the good news is, even if you've done that and you're still here, Christ will still accept you back with love and open arms. But again, I think the biggest point I want to get across to you guys tonight is don't take the demonic forces for granted, okay? Now, I'm not saying you should be scared. I'm not saying that you should fear Satan. But what I'm saying is understand that he is an entity that does have power. And the Bible says if you don't walk according to the Spirit, you will fulfill the desires of the flesh. And Satan knows you better than you know yourself. He has been studying you from the day you were born. He knows exactly what buttons to push. He knows exactly what addictions you have, the things that draw you in, kind of cars and houses and women. He knows all the stuff that you like, and he's very good at flaunting it right in front of you. You see how this young man got in the car with these people and was going up the mountain? And then he talks about how this guy, his whole countenance changed. And he said it almost looked like venom, like a demonic character. My wife told me a story, and then I'm going to get off here. She told me my wife did a missions trip to the Dominican Republic. And she said while she was there, she was in church. Now, mind you, there's a lot of black magic and demonic stuff going on in places like Haiti, the Dominican Republic. And she said she actually physically saw a guy that was possessed by a demonic spirit going through some sort of a contorting thing where she actually saw his entire mouth and jaw protrude out just like if he was turning into a horse. She said it freaked her out because she had never seen nothing like that in the flesh. I'm telling you guys, if you don't believe it, Satan is real. Demonic forces are real. But again, like I said, and I'm going to get off here, nothing for you to fear, okay? Give your life to Christ if you haven't done so already. And if you don't believe in what I'm telling you, don't take my word for it. Ask God to show you the truth, because the last thing I want to do is to use my platform and not expose the darkness. When you open a door in a dark room, what happens? The light overtakes that room, okay? And it's the same way in the spiritual realm. Many people don't recognize that the spiritual realm is more real than this physical realm that we live in. So, again, no fear. Don't give place to the devil. Give your heart and give your life to Christ. But recognize that he's doing everything in his power to destroy you. Don't allow him to destroy you or your family. Make sure you like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel. And as always, I love you guys, and I will check you on the next one. Talk to you later.